Hi, kindergartners. For our station today, we're going to actually be working through one of our normal reading activities from the black folder. I know it's not very often that we get something out of our black folder for our stations, but I think it's going to work for us today. All right, you know we've been doing some books that look similar to this one right here. You're going to need quite a few pages for this one. It should be all that's left in your black folder. We're going to do all those so that when you're done, you should have an empty black folder. All right, but don't get rid of this because we're probably going to put some more things in it just in case we need some stuff at home for school. So don't get rid of that yet. We'll definitely repurpose that folder. All right, so you're going to need the front cover and the back cover. You're going to need this page with the dog on it. You're going to have a page with, look at that one, has 3 boys on it. 1, 2, 3. This one has a domino, and what else is that? Oh, a den, okay? And those are all that you're going to need for the book. So we're going to stack these up like we've done before, so they're not going to move around on us. And then we're going to, I like to fold them in half first. If you're cutting them instead of a grown-up, you want to keep your eye right in between these lines for cutting. I'm going to make myself a little fold so that it's easier for me to find that spot when I cut. All right, here I go, cutting right down the middle. And then we want to order these, put them in the correct order so it makes sense. As you know, we're going to start with our front cover first. That's the best thing to start with. And we're going to put page 1 right behind the front cover. That's the one with the dog. You can see the 1 in the corner. We want to put this in the correct sequence or order. And then I'm going to keep looking till I find page 2. Oh, I'm keeping my eye on this one because it's 3 right there. I know that will be coming next. Page 2 goes behind. Page 3 with the domino. Page 4 with the den. Page 5 is the dip. Good. There's the beaver's little home for number 6. And remember how we've been turning this around to make it a back cover just for fun? Yeah, let's do that again. So now I'm going to even these up. I'm going to hope our stapler's cooperating with us right now. So far, so good. Oops, I spoke too soon. I'm going to do the trick when I open it and close it again. I'll just do that right now. One more staple there. All right, boys and girls, now we've got our book ready. We'll set that to the side. And as you may have noticed when I was telling you what pages were in that book, there are a lot of words that start with this letter in our book today, aren't there? What letter is that? You're right, D. It's kind of funny because I'm imagining like there's an A right in the middle there, and then it would say D-ad, dad. We have a friendly squirrel right outside our window here, boys and girls, and I can hear it. It's trying to get in the bird feeder, I think. Oh boy, those squirrels. Oh, maybe I can turn it and you can see him too. Let's see if we'll catch him or not. Did he get away too fast? Oh, all right. False alarm. He got away too fast to show you. Maybe he'll visit school when you guys are back here one day and then you can see him, right? All right, so let's get back to work. Here we've got capital D. Straight line down, pick up your pencil, then trace around just like that, the curve. Good. All right, here we've got lowercase d. You want to go around the circle, up to the top, and straight down. Very good. All right, boys and girls. So we looked at the uppercase D and the lowercase d too. Yep, this one's showing us a dad there, isn't it? Dad. Okay, remember we were using these at home either to put on the refrigerator. You can cut these out to use as flashcards. Sometimes it's a great idea to put one maybe by your toothbrush. And then when you go to brush your teeth, you can say, oh yeah, and practice it. And then you can change it out for one of your other ones or hide them in different spots in your house. All right, now it's time to cut out our word cards. So I'm going to go around the outside, and remember that blank one we're not going to need. We're going to go right around, cut off that scrap. Then we're going to get that scrap out of the way so that our work area stays organized. Right, I'm going to cut down the middle. And then I'm going to have a nice little pile of word cards. And we'll go through those word cards in a minute because now it's time to cut apart our picture cards. I don't want to mix them all up. That would just be too much in one spot. All right, here we go. I'm going to have a second scrap that I'll need to take care of when I'm done. There we go. Almost got it. All right, the picture cards are going to go to the side too. All right, boys and girls, do you remember what we do next? When we're done cutting them out, what we try to do is we try to figure out how we can make a sentence out of these words. Okay, so for right now, let's read these words. Is. Very good. Well, this one's a special word. Dad. Dad. That has a D at the beginning and at the end. Oh, here's our sight word for the week. Just say it. The. Good. We didn't spend any time sounding that out. We memorized it. Now, here's a word you may or may not have seen before. Let's sound it out. Dan. Dan. Did you know that that is a name? Sometimes people who go by the name Dan have a longer name. Sometimes their name is Daniel, or sometimes they say Danny, or sometimes they say Dan. Here comes another sight word. This one is I. Yeah, that's a tricky Y. It's pretending like it's an I, so it's making the long I sound. I. Look at another word that's pretending like that. Let's change this M to a B, and what do we get? B-I. My, by. That's a rhyming pair. All right, now this is kind of hard, this sentence. Right now it says, Dan, my, by, is dad, the. Okay, we're going to need some help because I'm not even sure what to do. Okay, Ethan, do you have an idea? Yeah? Okay, there. I see the capital D. What about it? Oh, there's no other capital letters at the beginning of any of these words. That means this has to be the first word in the sentence. Okay, I'll take that. But now we have all of these, and we have to figure out what comes next. We could say Dan is my dad. That's a sentence, but okay. There's extra. Well, who is Dan anyways? Oh, maybe Dan is somebody's dad. Could we do that? Dan, my dad. Well, what about him? Is. All right. Dan, my dad is by. Oh, this is getting better and better. Dan, my dad is by the. Yes, that works. It makes sense. All right, let's see what different things we could make up. Dan, my dad, is by the... Uh-oh, I found a typo. They wanted there to be a dot. Good, dot. Wait, it looks like the dot's missing. Should we put a dot on? Let's do 2 dots. Oh, no, maybe we should just do 1 because then it would say dots. So let's just leave it as 1 dot. All right, let's see. If you like to eat candy, then you help me read this sentence. Here we go. Dan, my dad, is by the, what was that? Dot. Good. Let's read it again so that we make it fluent or smooth. Dan, my dad, is by the dot. Okay, what's missing, Martin? Oh, yes, there should be a period there if it was going to be a complete sentence. That's true. All right, let's move over the dot, and this time, let's use this word. Ready? Let's sound it out. D, ip, dip. Yeah, that's like a chip, and you can put it inside of what they call dip, and it adds some flavor to it. Sometimes, especially grown-ups like that sometimes, a little more flavor. All right, let's see. Who's going to read this one? All right. If you hope that Santa Claus visits your house this Christmas, then you better read this sentence with me.
I know.
Are you ready? Oh, Gabriel's going to be reading with us. Dan, my dad is by the dip. Good. Oh, it looks like Santa might be visiting Mrs. Finkel's house to see Gabriel. I hope you are reading too. That visit's going to be a long way off, though, so we probably shouldn't talk about that too much. All right, let's move our word over there, and let's get another one. Ready? D-e-n. Den. Yeah, remember we talked the other day about that's like where an animal could live, like a bear's den?
Oh, Boy Scouts den.
Oh, that's true. Are some of you in Boy Scouts like Gabriel? Do you have a den? Do you get together with a group? Mm-hmm. Maybe would a pack of wolves live in a den? They probably could. All right, that's what a den is. All right, time to read the sentence. Okay, this time, if you think that gym class is fun, then I want you to read this sentence with us. Here we go. Dan, my dad, is by the den. Very good. Dan, my dad, is by the den. All right, time to rearrange it. Let's move over den. Oh, I like this one. Yeah. What's he going to be by? Okay, go ahead and tell me whose turn is it this time? Kylie? Dog.
Hey, Mom, I think I want one of those.
You're gonna have to keep wanting for right now. Here we go. Dan, my dad, is by the dog. I hope it's a friendly dog, one that likes to be pet a lot. Maybe he wants a little treat. Dan, my dad, is by the dog. Okay, good practicing. Oh, too funny. What does that one say? Dad. Dad. Look at this word is in this sentence 2 times. Matches. Dan, my dad, is by the dad. Maybe they're going to make a play date. Maybe they're going to ask if somebody can come over and hang out for a while. That would be good news. Let's read that one more time. Dan, my dad, is by the dad. Period. Let's end it there. Why it's good news. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to put these cards back together. And remember, we've been talking about trying to save some of these for activities to do when the children go back to school, right? And when some of the class is here, those of you at home are going to want some learning activities to do. And this is something you could save for that. I would maybe put it in a little baggie or an envelope, and I would put it by the book. Yep, that way you could do both those things together. Excuse me, Mrs. Vico keeps yawning again. What is it about making these videos that makes me yawn? Boy. All right, let's read our cover. Here we go. Dan, my dad. 3 words in the title of this video. All right, we're going to be reading with words that begin with D. Okay, follow along with your finger. Remember, we're going to sweep this way. Dan, my dad, is by the dog. The way they've written this, I can tell that the dad's name is Dan. That's why it says Dan, my dad. They gave us some bonus information. Okay. Dan, my dad, is by the dad. I know, we did that one like last, and they did it second. Those 2 dads are hanging out. Ready? Dan, my dad, is by the dot. Oh, and look at, they remembered to put the period on this sentence. Dan found, these look like giant periods, don't they? Dan, my dad, is by the den. Uh-oh, watch out, Dan. Look out for lions or bears or anything else that might be living in that den that doesn't want to be disturbed. Page 5. Dan, my dad, is by the dip. Maybe he's getting a good taste of that yummy dip. Okay, here we go. Dan, my dad, is by the dam. See him by the little beaver house there? That's perfect. All right. And then again, we've got the back page. Now, a lot of times when we get to the end of our lesson together, I say to you, you can read these later. I'm going to show you what I mean by, I think, a good way to read these words. Okay, you know how we sound out our words and we look for them in little chunks and then we blend them together? Watch what your parents could do. They could go like this for you. Dog. And you could say dog. And then you could go to this next word. Dip. Did you hear it? It was dip. And then the next one. Dot. Did you hear that one? Dot. You got it. Ready? Den. Den. Now it's fun having a grown-up stretch it for you and you say it, but maybe some of you are ready to do it the other way around. Maybe the grown-up could say the word, like the grown-up would say dad, and then you stretch it out. You know, kind of like a stretchy rubber band. I wonder if I have any rubber bands. Hey, Gabriel, do me a favor. Can you see if there's any rubber bands by any geo boards right there? There could be, but I may have moved them. But as Gabriel looks for that for me, I'm going to show you what I mean by stretching it out on the bottom. So right now the word's all together. Dad, right? And you could go like this. D. Yep, you're the one stretching it out or pulling it apart this time. Let's go back up to one of these other words. Let's go to the word dip. We say dip when it's blended, or we could go like this. Dip. Yep, and we just stretched it out so that we heard each of the sounds. All right, for now we're just going to have to think about a rubber band because I must have put them away, and who knows where that away is. All right, now let's test and see how we're doing. Are you ready? I'm going to say the name of the letter. You repeat it. D, B, D, D, C, D, C, B. Good job. You repeated those well. Now I'm going to say the sound, and I'm going to go pretty fast, so watch my finger. D, B, D, D, K, D, K, Very good. All right, now let's go over here. And I'm going to sound out the word and you're going to say it. D-a-n. Good, Dan. D-a-g. Dog. D-a-d. Dad. D-a-n. Den. Here it is again. Now I'm going to have you stretch it. I'm going to say it. Dad. Now you do it. Good. Did you go like this? D-a-d. Okay, now I'm going to say the word dam, and you're going to stretch it. D-a-m. Good. Dip. D-ip. Dot. D-at. Great job stretching those words. All right, last ones. We don't get to stretch these. We just have to see them and say them. My is the. My, by, the, is, by. Hey, can you read it before I say it? Let's play the game a little differently. My is the. My, by, the, is, by. Did you beat me on every single one of those? Boy, you have been listening and practicing. Well, boys and girls, today we practiced the letter D. We thought about which way the D faces. I know sometimes it looks like B, so we paid close attention to that. We practiced with sounding out and making sentences. I think you deserve a break after all that hard work.